Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be giving you the beginner's guide to what machine you should use for snow grooming. Stay tuned. All right guys, thanks for stopping by. If you're not already subscribed, hit the subscription button. Today we're going to go over the beginner's guide to what machine works best for you when towing a snow groomer. So snow groomers have lots of different sizes. Ours, we have a 20-inch wide, a 48-inch wide, and a 72-inch wide. Obviously, the longer it is, the wider and the heavier it's going to be. So the most popular towing machines are going to be a snowmobile and also a tracked ATV or a UTV. Personally, I like the Ski-Doo Skandic. It's got a wide track. You can even get it in a super wide track. And so wide track just means how fat or wide it is from here to here, and we'll show a close-up of that. And then also it's a 154-inch long track. So it has the wider and the longer the track, the more surface area you get, the better the flotation and the more grip you get. Now, let's talk about snowmobiles a little bit more since we've kind of started into that. Snowmobiles have lots of different options out there. It's probably pretty overwhelming. My number one recommendation, if you're just getting into it and you have no idea where to start with snowmobiles, is to find the closest dealer. Now, that can be a Polaris dealer, Ski-Doo dealer, Arctic Cat, and even Yamaha. Any of those are going to be able to help you. They're a great resource, and so whoever, that might make your decision. So whoever's the closest to you, you might want to go with that brand. I personally like Ski-Doo the best. That's what I use for my utility snowmobiles. I feel like they have the best utility snowmobiles on the market. The Ski-Doo Skandic and the Expedition are wide track, or they come in a super wide track as well. And so what's considered a utility snowmobile? So typically they're going to be liquid cooled. Some of the older snowmobiles that are utility are air cooled, which are very good as well. And they have a high-low range. So why do you want a high-low range? So average towing speed for snow grooming is anywhere from 7 miles per hour to 12 miles per hour. So that's kind of where you want to groom depending on your snow conditions. And so it's really hard on snowmobiles that aren't built to tow or don't have a low range. It really can heat up the motor and also heat up the belt and clutching. So just off the top of my head, the Arctic Cat, Bearcat, there used to be, you know, if you can find one of those used, they used to have a grooming specific. I don't know if they have a utility anymore, a utility snowmobile. Yamaha VK makes a great, that's a great, very reliable snowmobile. Polaris Titan, and then the, like I mentioned, the Expedition and the Skandic, all are built for towing. They come with, you know, high-low range and also a hitch. All right, now this snowmobile right here is a mountain snowmobile. Can you tow our groomers with any snowmobile? If you have a way to hitch it to it, yes. Is it recommended? No. So the mountain sled, the clutching is built for high speed, to spin that track, to float, and so the clutching and the belt and even the motor have a really hard time. But if that's all you got, the answer is yes. We have customers that tow with mountain sleds or the trail sleds or something like that, and the crossover sleds. So let's talk about UTVs. So the CAMSO 4S1 tracks, in my opinion, are the best tracks on the market. We've been using them for over a decade, and we groom all winter long. We haul our kids up and down our little ski hill here, and so we've really been a big fan of these, and we have them on multiple different rigs. So this is a Honda Pioneer 1000, and the Honda Pioneer is my favorite. It's kind of a do-it-all. It has a dual clutch transmission, is like a real automotive vehicle versus a belt-driven transmission. So it can handle some of the load, especially with the high, you know, the low, the towing and the heavy bit of snow that gets loaded up in your groomer and so forth. But you also, the Can-Am Defender, the Can-Am Ranger, the Kawasaki Mule, we've had even people that tow with their Kubotas, and to be honest with you, we even have people towing them with their tractors. So you can really tow your groomers with just about anything. The reason we like this is because we get a lot of deep snow, and these handle this deep snow pretty well, and they also can pull our Snowmaster 72 very, very well. So we're about 72 inches wide from here to there, depending on what unit you have. So if you're like in a Polaris Razor and have tracks on it, they have bigger suspension, so they're a little bit wider. So the Honda Pioneer is my favorite towing machine, But there's a lot of other good things like the Kawasaki Mule is a utility one, Polaris Ranger, and Can-Am Defender, and any of the Yamahas are going to be pretty reliable as well. All right, now let's talk about what machine's going to be right for you. You can get a UTV, so one that's this size, or an ATV, which is like a snowmobile that you ride on and put tracks on it as well. So tracks cost around $6,500, so they're pretty spendy once you get into a rig. These days they're anywhere from $18,000 to $30,000, so that's really expensive. The ATVs are going to be around, $10,000 to $12,000 to buy, and then tracks are around $5,000. And then a snowmobile is going to be anywhere from $10,000 to $13,000 depending on what you get. Now obviously you can get used and get better deals, but this is just an average. So some downsides with the UTVs is, like I said, they're expensive, they're heavy, and also they're big. So if you have trails that are really tight and you're worried about getting around trees or up and down hills, the UTVs might not be the best option for you. But if you have bigger roads, more open spaces, like we have an entire road that we groom up and it's plenty wide, so this is a great machine. And we haul lots of people up and down our ski hills, so it's also our ski lift as well. So we use this a lot. But I personally like to groom with the snowmobile. The snowmobile is a little bit more versatile. I can see what I'm doing. The downside with that is I can't haul as many people or as many things, and also it's a little bit harder to tow the bigger 72-inch wide. The 48-inch wide is probably the perfect one for the snowmobile. So it's just if you have tighter trails, maybe go with the snowmobile. If you have bigger trails, go with the UTV. So it just depends on what you guys want. But of course, if you guys have any questions or anything like that, feel free to contact us at snowgroomers.net. We would love to chat, talk about what machine is going to be the best for you and give you all the pros and cons so that you can be happy with what you got and you can stay out grooming, because that's the whole point, is laying down some perfect corduroys. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you out on the trails.